Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I am in the town of Conway, New Hampshire. And what I'm going to do today is take a train ride on the Conway Scenic Railway. And they have, I think, 4 different trips that they do at different times. Let me show you the one that I've chosen to take. It's called the Sawyer River. And premium is because I upgraded my seat to the one that has the special seating way on top with the windows that look straight up. I think their rates are pretty reasonable. I paid $72 so that I could get the upgraded seat, but the regular coach tickets are $47. And this is a trip that is supposed to be 2 hours and 10 minutes, it said. That's a nice looking depot. They have other trips that are about 5 hours, I think, and those tickets go for as little as $69. This is right in the middle of town, or at least the touristy area of town. Let's see what's in the museum. Kind of an old-fashioned style depot. There is the ticket window. They've got some models and the old signal lights. Various things from the railroad of the old days. The old conductor hat. And here is a menu from I don't know when, but considering those prices, you can guess how long ago. There's an old oil can I think they used to put in the lamps, caboose lamp, and a torchlight. And here's some telegraph equipment. I don't see a sign, but I think this is a baggage cart. My train leaves at 12:30. Well, there's not much in the museum. And here's out behind the building on the railroad tracks. We've got several cars back here. And mine is either this one or one like it. I parked my RV parallel parking on the street here. So if you're going to park your RV here, come early in the morning to make sure you can get a good spot. Here's a closer up view of the Scenic Railroad cars. And this over here, they have, I think, 3 or 4 different engines. I think this may be mine coming in right now. Yep, that's it. My seat is going to be right in one of those there. And outside here they've got another one of these baggage carts. So these are the $47 seats, and these are the $72 seats up there. These are the coach seats. And this is going up to the 2nd floor. early part of the ride is just going through trees. Nothing exciting yet.
They give you like a name and each color.
And it's real quiet in here. When they blow the whistle, you can just barely hear it. Here comes a clearing.
So we're a fair ways back too.
You'd be surprised when they're kind of facing away from them on the track.
They blow the whistle whenever they're crossing an intersection.
Just don't park. Yep, it's really southern.
Now we're getting into the mountains. Now we're getting some view of the river.
Enjoy the ride.
There's the front of the engine. Another part of the river. And here we get a big wide clearing. View of the mountains. And here's another river. There's some residences you can see in this clearing.
Maybe it's
And a highway down there. It's a nice house. Wonder what that is. Looks like some kind of resort or condos.
so this is at a past where we're going to stay. Originally. Looks like they got water rides.
Look at all the smoke. The train is kicking up down there. You can't even see it anymore.
The valley train to Sawyer River. So we're actually not in the valley, we're moving out of the valley up towards the top of Crawford Notch. Now we don't go all the way to the notch, we go up as far as Sawyer River crossing, or Sawyer River siding I should say. And the Sawyer River siding is about a third of the way up through the notch, but it's also about a third of the rise in elevation, which is almost 1,000 feet from Bartlett, where we are now, up to the gateway of the notch. Now this track, as well as the one we started out on, were both built in the early 1870s. We originally were on the Boston and Maine Conway branch, which went from Boston up to Intervale, where it joined the Maine Central's Mountain Division line. And Central Canada. Fortunately, the P&O Railroad, which built it originally, only was able to build as far as St. Johnsbury, Vermont. But they did connect with north-south rail lines, which would get freight traffic up to Canada, but not to central Canada. Now, something interesting about this line is it was built totally by manpower and pushcart. with a little help from black powder now and again. The black powder would be used to break up hard ground.
Here's a big river. Oh, there's some rapids. I've been on a couple scenic train rides like this in the last few years where I was on an open air car, so there's no glass. I definitely prefer that. It's a lot cooler too in those open air cars, so that's nice. I think the engineer just picked a random place to stop. Been here about 5 minutes, and then putting the engine on the sidetrack here so the engine can just pull us back into the depot. Well, now as you can probably tell, we're going backwards. The engine is pulling us backwards. There's the same river I did before. So on the way back, there's really going to be nothing new. Didn't even get to change sides. I was hoping the train would turn around, so on the return trip I could see the other side of the train, but no, we're just backing up.
Yes. And it rolls up.
Yeah.
What did happen? They did that in 1942, right?
Well, there is
In the
a
movie, the
ski area
Ferris
that I didn't show you before.
getting ready to go.
You can see some of the ski runs here. If I can get a clearing through the trees. There's the same river. That's a really wide river here. It's a long stretch along the river without trees in the way. Well, folks, that trip was a lot more boring than I expected it would be. Actually kind of typical for these type of scenic train rides. So much of it is just through the trees where you can't see much. And that's one reason why I'm here at your service. Good day, folks.